The mainstream media, they have tried to convince us that Paige Bueckers is a draw. Me personally, I think she's a star, but I'm not exactly convinced that she is a draw.
Have you ever stopped to ask why the media spotlight is focused so heavily on Paige Bueckers instead of Caitlin Clark, even when the statistics suggest otherwise? Bueckers' draft night ratings drew in about 1.3 million viewers, just half of the staggering 2.6 million who tuned in for Clark's the year before. That massive gap in audience size raises serious questions about the narrative that's being pushed. Today, we're going to unpack what those numbers truly...
She ain't on Caitlin Clark's level in terms of excitement or accomplishment. And I know they just won a national championship, but she played with two players that are either just as good, and Sarah Strong's probably better than her or will be better than her.
There's such a disconnect between how the media frames the conversation and what fans are actually tuning in to see. Let's strip it all down and get into the real forces at play behind these viewership trends. The WNBA draft made waves this week, and Paige Bueckers made headlines stepping out with her girlfriend. But beyond the glam and photo ops, the event itself was a mess. Honestly, this might go down as one of the most poorly executed drafts in recent memory. From lackluster marketing to a disorganized show on the big night, it missed the mark completely. And now that the ratings are in, they're telling a story that mainstream outlets aren't eager to highlight. While media circles are applauding Bueckers for attracting 1.3 million viewers, there's a glaring issue being overlooked. Caitlin Clark had twice as many people watching her draft. That's a huge difference, and it's not something that can be brushed aside. Seeing viewership numbers drop by 50% is more than a minor dip. It's a loud message about who really commands attention in women's basketball. Despite efforts by both the WNBA and ESPN to frame Bueckers as the league's new leading lady, the public reaction hasn't matched the hype. Imagine a doubleheader where Clark plays first and the arena empties before Bueckers takes the floor. Even during the broadcast, the energy was off. Reporters stumbled through interviews and player intros, a far cry from the buzz Clark's class brought the year prior. Longtime commentator Tim Wilson even mentioned off-mic how dramatically different this year felt compared to last. He said the drop in energy was jarring, and he's right. The momentum Clark brought into the league last season was electric. Record ratings, sold-out venues, and attention from casual fans. Now, it's fair to ask, is that momentum slipping away without her dominating the narrative? These ratings aren't just about bragging rights. In pro sports, TV numbers mean dollars. They influence everything from how much networks charge for ads, to the size of sponsorship deals, to how teams and player contracts are valued. Losing half the viewership doesn't just hurt pride, it could mean millions in lost revenue for the league. What's especially telling is how aggressively the league and its media partners pushed Bueckers in the lead-up to draft night. Her face was everywhere, in features, interviews, and constant coverage. But even with all that exposure, the buzz never reached the fever pitch seen around Clark. It shows that while media hype can amplify a name, it can't manufacture genuine fan interest.